The aftermath of explosions in the capital of the self-declared territory of Transnistria, and on Soviet-era radio antennae used to broadcast Russian radio. A military unit was also targeted. This small sliver of land that sits on the Moldovan border with Ukraine is on high alert. Since the start of the war, Moldova has feared that it could be in danger of being pulled into the conflict with Russia. Because here, in this unrecognized breakaway state, is home to some 1,500 Russian troops that Moscow calls peacekeeping forces. 470,000 people, mostly Russian speakers, live in this strip of land. While not internationally recognized, it has its own currency and its own leader, Vadim Krasnoselsky. There is also a military guard, but what's causing concern is not just the Russian troops who have been here since the civil war in the early 1990s, it's also the 40,000 tons of weaponry and ammunition that remain at an arms depot here since the collapse of the Soviet Union.
Two Russian oil storage facilities have become the latest flashpoint in the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Massive fires have broken out in two Russian oil depots in what is claimed to be an apparent act of sabotage by Kyiv. The development came as Russia renewed its military offensives on a number of Ukrainian cities, targeting critical infrastructure across the region. According to reports, the fires broke out at two oil storage facilities in the Russian city of Bryansk, some 154 kilometers from the border with Ukraine. Now, the first fire occurred at a civilian facility holding nearly 10,000 tons of fuel, followed by a second fire at a military fuel depot holding some 5,000 tons of crude oil.
It's being called gas blackmail. Russian energy giant Gazprom says it's halted gas supplies to Bulgaria and Poland through its Yamal Europe pipeline. It comes after the two countries refused to pay in rubles for the natural gas supplies. The two NATO and European Union members each receive a significant portion of their gas from Moscow, following Western moves away from dependence on Russian supplies to weaken Putin's energy weapon. Poland's climate minister played down the impact of a sudden halt. Since Russia's war in Ukraine, the country has planned to stop importing Russian gas by the end of the year, following the expiration of its contract with Russian energy behemoth Gazprom. Preparations are already underway to diversify its natural gas supplies.
They have known the truth for years, but came to hear it from the perpetrators. These people's husbands, fathers, and children disappeared in the 2000s. It's the men sitting across from them who kidnapped and killed them.
We made a show to pretend to be in combat because of the pressure from the high command. I executed. I killed relatives of those who are here.
These murders were part of a tactic, inflating numbers to pretend the military had successfully killed FARC rebels and made the country safer. The army said the victims, mainly peasants from the northern Catatumbo region, were armed members of the leftist guerrilla group.
In a horrifying incident that took place in Thanjavur in Tamil Nadu, at least 11 people died and 15 injured, including children, after a temple car came in contact with a live wire. The incident happened during a temple festival in Kalayamedu of Thanjavur district of the state. Out of the 15 injured, 6 are in a critical condition. V. Balakrishnan, Inspector General of Police, Central Zone, Tiruchirappalli, shared the details and revealed that 11 people have died till now and 15 others have suffered injuries in the accident.
The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has reported a second Ebola-related death in the northwestern part of the country after declaring a new Ebola outbreak over the weekend. The outbreak is the 14th after one confirmed case was reported on Saturday in Mbandaka, a city in DRC's Equator province. The World Health Organization, WHO, says the second fatality was that of a female relative of the first case. According to the WHO, the patient died before receiving any treatment. On Monday, health authorities said more than 100 people had been identified as possible contacts and a vaccine was expected to be rolled out this week.
The plane that we're talking about is that white one right there with the maroon and mustard colored trim that's now sitting out here on the tarmac. Let's go ahead and begin with some SkyEye video that was shot this afternoon as state police investigated and secured that plane. For the incident itself, it was just after noon. The plane was trying to land here at the Gardner Municipal Airport. The student pilot on board belongs to a flying club out of Worcester. He was flying alongside an instructor in the four-seater single-engine plane. Now, both heard a strange, distinct pop on final approach, and they noticed the smell of fuel leaking and noticed it actually with their eyes leaking out of the wing. Upon landing, they spotted a hole in that wing. Now, we have a second video that you guys just showed a second ago. Mechanics drained the fuel tank after that. They found what appears to be a .22 caliber bullet. In this video shot by either the student pilot or the instructor, you can actually see it leaking from the wing there. Now, because this was an in-flight incident, the FAA was notified.